Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. I'm Garbo, and today we're going to talk about the Cyber Summer event Hotfix. So only 3 days from the drop of the new Rogue Roadie for the Cyber Summer event, and we have already got some hotfix changes. And these hotfix changes are pretty crazy. Yes, I'm a little late on talking about the hotfix changes a little bit, but I have played some of the weapons and played with some of the guns since the changes, and I can go ahead and I can say that I can talk about it and strongly talk about how I feel about it. So let's go ahead and let's jump into all the changes and all the hotfix changes, and let's give our thoughts and opinions on everything. So first up, we're going to talk about the rogues. Vivi, we feel more rogues could use EMP grenades, and given Vivi's status as a support, we feel this was tuned down her dueling capabilities a bit in exchange for additional support function. Replaced impact grenades with EMPs. To be fair, that is a really good change because already I could tell when I started playing with VV, I could impact grenade, push in and down people. And now with the boilers, you know, the way that they are, they're pretty menacing. So like if you're running a character like that, you know, it's going to be effective with Juke. It's going to be effective with everybody else that has like Simtex and stuff like that. But with her being in a support role, that is a really good change. And she's still really good that she can still take down a whole team if you don't watch her. Lancer, while it was a bug that this interaction was not working, depending on the effectiveness of her passive with these weapons, we may look to remove this synergy. Passive now works with the dual boilers SMGs. So now it's going to be, instead of it being it's going to be a hand fag, so it's supposed to automatically be doing that. However, it hasn't been doing that. Now it does, and now they're going to test it and see how that feels with Lancer. If they don't like the change, they may revert it. I mean, I'm 50-50. I'm on the fence about it. It may not be that bad, being that we have a lot of, you know, different type of mobility characters now, especially with Vivi being able to slide and shoot at the same time. So maybe we'll just see how it goes. Okay, so Anvil. Anvil is a bit too much of a pub stomper with his damage sponge capabilities, having legendary bulletproof and legendary armor. This is an attempt at tweaking his identity from bullet sponge to anti-tank tank club within the defender category. Change legendary bulletproof to legendary shredders. Change rare shredder rounds to rare gadgeteer. So they just completely removed bulletproof off of Anvil altogether. And to be fair, they're pretty much referring more to like the ARs and the SMGs because the D3DI, the Devotion, the MXR, all those heavy hitter weapons, the bulletproof doesn't really affect it enough to really stop the damage from surviving an extra shot or two. Now, when it comes down to the SMGs, you know, the pistols and all that, he's able to sponge 10 to 15 damage, so he's able to absorb that. Plus, with that legendary armor, it's more noticeable on the, you know, the faster rate of fire weapons compared to the slower rate of fire weapons that are considered the heavy hitters. I don't know how I feel about this change. I mean, bulletproof seems to be almost like a useless perk depending on what you're going up against, so I guess we'll just see how it goes. And then changed the rare shredder rounds to making it legendary is actually going to make Anvil really nasty. You know, going to be shredding down cannon. He's going to be able to shred down Mac. There's going to be a couple of those rogues that are running armor and stuff. He's just going to be able to shred them. And with that, you know, he's carrying them all as his primary. Ugh, it's going to be a nasty little effect. But we'll see how it goes. Adding, you know, Gadgeteer is going to be a nice little twist. We'll have to watch out for the C4 and see how that works. But I think that'd be good changes. All right. So the next change is going to be the D40C. They finally made the change on them, guys. On the next meta, if 25% lower DPS isn't enough, we make like this meme and continue nerfing. Fire rate from 7 RPM to 600 RPM. All right, so I'm still mixed of emotions about the D40C, and I'll talk more about it in an upcoming video, but I'm still 50-50. I'm just saying they drastically lowered the rate of fire for that weapon. And it's crazy how much they lowered on it that it sounds really weird. It shoots weird. I mean, it's crazy. You know, it's interesting. So I'll talk about that in a later video. But to me, I feel like they really hurt that weapon. So now you have to worry about the SLC and the knot running you over. The dual boilers. We are super excited and pleased with the hype around these weapons so far. That said, we have some fine tuning we're doing to help these weapons out a bit. So increase accuracy over aim over shoulder, reload time from 3.4 seconds to 2.4 seconds on an uncommon, rare, and epic boilers, and then reload time from 2.9 seconds to 2.2 seconds on legendary boilers. Increase reserve ammo by 1 additional magazine. So I agree with the additional magazine. I don't agree with the increased accuracy for aim over the shoulder, even though they didn't even really say how much they increased it by. It was a really good. It was a really good hitting it straight down the middle. It was, as long as you had your thing right on them. Yeah, if you keep holding the button, it eventually blew them out. So yeah, the reload times are also a nice little addition to the weapon. I feel like I understood why it took a long time to reload though, because you're holding 2 Boyers, for example, so you're having to feed 1 magazine to each. So I understood the long reload times. It would incentivizes me to run like people with nibble hams or replenish, or something that would have sped up the reload times with those type of weapons. But do I feel like that this has greatly helped the Boyers? Yeah, absolutely. I feel like the Boyers are now like extremely good SMGs to run. They're way better than the IBEX. I agree that it's better than the LMPX right now. It's definitely a contender with around the 24S, area 24S. I think now the D40C is down there with the 24S, so that's pretty much where I see it. So it's a really good gun. It definitely needed an extra reserve ammo. Shotguns. Shotguns are coming up for their identity passes. In the short term, we see them shred at point blank range and suffer at every other range. We will not have shotgun sniping, but the close mid range could use some love given how dominant SMGs currently are versus this weapon category at that range. Decrease close mid range weapon damage fall off to all shotguns. Buffing damage 10 to 15% at this range. So they did it to the SKL, the Striker 810, the S12, and the Arbitrator. Yeah, the shotgun meta is definitely back in play, because I've definitely seen a lot of SKL players being able to down me like in a mid-range scenario. Granted, I was damaged and stuff, but it still is happening. I'm not saying that they need nerf. I do feel like they're definitely in a better spot. It went from not seeing shotguns at all to people are running different types of shotguns now. I could see the Striker appearing. I saw the SKL. I saw the S12. I saw the Arbitrator today. So, like, shotguns are definitely back in the meta, and I think that that's what they were trying to do, and they accomplished that. I'll have to keep an eye on it to see how I feel about the actual shotguns, just being in there. But for real, out of all the shotguns that I'm worried about, the SKL is the only shotgun that I would be worried about just downing people left and right. But do I feel like the shotguns needed some tweaking? Yes, because shotguns weren't in game. Like, people were pretty much not running shotguns. I don't run shotguns. So, like, that just incentivizes people to run them more. Alright, so last but not least, we're into the bug fixes. Fix an issue where Vivi's firing will be interrupted while she's transitioning from sliding to standing. So I guess that was a bug issue. I thought that might have actually been an actual implementation into the game, being that she had to kind of push herself up to stand back up. But no, that was an actual bug, and they fixed that. And I kind of agree that needs to be a thing where you can shoot down from all the way up and down, because when you're sliding, you don't really have enough time to spray an entire magazine into somebody. Yes, you can do some crazy slides and downing people and stuff like that, but the actual you're only in it for a minute, not even a minute, a second and a half. It's not long enough to be even considered oh well, if that slide mechanic's broke, blah blah. As long as they don't add bulletproof into it, which is what they were trying to do with their limited time mode, that would be what I'd be worried about. Okay. Fix an issue where some weapon wraps thumbnails were showing as temporary art. I mean, that's okay. VV's Mastery Spray now shows a correct rarity. I didn't know it. Okay. And again, a simple bug fix. Fix an issue where VV's glided diamond skin audio will play as trench. A fix will be coming later for her master audio. So right now, her Gilded Diamond skin and her trench mastery, her mastery skins through 8 and 9 give her trench audio, which is absurd. But I mean, do I feel like all the changes besides the bug fixes, I could care less about the bug fixes? I mean, they do need to be fixed, but are they major game changing fixes? No. So they didn't really say this in the hotfix. It's kind of weird. I don't know why they didn't bring this up, but Dima also, I didn't see it. Maybe I just overlooked it. But Dima also got his weapon changed too. He no longer has EMPs, and they swapped out his utility with impact grenades. And does this make him a way more effective character? Yes, absolutely. Again, we'll talk more about it as later upcoming videos. But as of right now, yes. I don't know why that wasn't in the hotfix change, but they did do that as well. So that they, we only had 3 rogues with EMPs. Now we still have 3 rogues with EMPs because they swapped the impact grenade off of VV and put it on Dima, and then the EMP off of Dima and put it on VV. I still feel like we need more EMP characters, like maybe one more EMP character. Maybe somewhere down the road they might see somebody that might need it. I don't know. I think Glitch would be a great choice. Vi would be a great choice. I mean, people that are just already being like a defensive utility maker, that would be what I would like to do. But y'all let me know in the comment section down below, what do y'all think about these hotfix changes? Do y'all think these hotfix changes are for the better or for the worse? What do y'all feel about the D40 changes? What do y'all feel about the anvil changes? Y'all let me know, what do y'all feel about these changes? If y'all haven't liked or subscribed to the channel, I appreciate if y'all do one of those things. I'm always uploading content throughout the week, and then I do live streams on Monday and Tuesday. Monday at 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Central Time, and Tuesday at 9 p.m. 12 a.m. Central Time. So if y'all want to talk, engage, have a little conversation, watch me rage, watch me have some crazy gameplay, Garbo gameplay, or legendary gameplay, y'all come out and check it out. Until next time, I hope to catch y'all in the next one. Peace out, and y'all have a fantastic day, everybody.